Self-awareness is the foundation upon which the journey of rebuilding oneself begins. It is the mirror that reflects the truth of who you are, where you stand, and what needs to change. Often when life shatters us, our instinct is to run, to bury our pain under distractions, or to pretend that everything is fine. But to rebuild yourself authentically and meaningfully, you must first confront the reality of your situation. This requires courage, the courage to look at the fragments of your life without judgment and with an open heart. To be self-aware is to recognize your strengths and weaknesses, your habits and patterns, and the factors that have led to your current state. It is not about assigning blame or indulging in guilt, but about understanding. Awareness gives you clarity. It allows you to separate what is within your control from what is not. When you can see your life clearly, you can begin to take responsibility for the aspects that are yours to change, and in doing so, you reclaim your power. Many people fear self-awareness because it forces them to face uncomfortable truths. It might mean acknowledging that a relationship you cherished was toxic, that your choices contributed to a failure, or that you've been holding on to limiting beliefs for years. But it is only through this honest assessment that you can identify the cracks in your foundation. Ignoring these cracks might seem easier in the short term, but it will only lead to further instability. True transformation begins with truth. Self-awareness also requires mindfulness, being present with your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Life is noisy, and the distractions of daily living can make it difficult to tune into yourself. But rebuilding requires stillness. It requires moments of reflection where you can ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What am I truly seeking? What is preventing me from moving forward? These questions may not yield immediate answers, but the act of asking them begins a dialogue with yourself that is essential for growth. Equally important is recognizing the stories you tell yourself. Every person carries an internal narrative, a story about who they are, what they are capable of, and what they deserve. Sometimes these stories are empowering, but often they are limiting. Self-awareness allows you to examine these narratives critically. Are you holding on to a belief that you're not good enough? Do you tell yourself that it's too late to change? These stories are not immutable truths, they are constructs. And once you are aware of them, you have the power to rewrite them. Another facet of self-awareness is understanding your emotions. Emotions are powerful indicators of what matters to you and where healing is needed. Instead of suppressing or ignoring difficult emotions like anger, sadness, or fear, self-awareness encourages you to explore them. What is the root of your anger? What is your sadness trying to tell you? These emotions are not obstacles, they are guides, pointing you toward areas of your life that require attention and care. However, self-awareness is not a solitary endeavor. While introspection is vital, feedback from others can provide perspectives you might overlook. Trusted friends, mentors, or even professionals can act as mirrors, reflecting aspects of yourself that you might not see. They can help you identify blind spots, those patterns or behaviors you are unaware of, but which may be hindering your progress. Accepting this feedback requires humility and a willingness to grow, but it can be profoundly illuminating. One of the most transformative aspects of self-awareness is that it shifts you from a place of passivity to agency. When you are unaware of your habits, beliefs, and emotions, you are at their mercy. They control you, often leading to repeated mistakes or unfulfilled potential. But when you become aware, you regain control. You can choose differently. You can respond instead of reacting. You can take deliberate steps toward the life you want to build. The journey of self-awareness is not a one-time event. It is a continuous practice. Life will always present new challenges, new lessons, and new opportunities for growth. Each experience adds a layer to your understanding of yourself. As you deepen this awareness, you become more resilient, you begin to trust yourself more, knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you have the clarity and strength to rebuild. Self-awareness is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about meeting yourself where you are with compassion and curiosity. When you commit to knowing yourself fully, you lay the groundwork for a life that is not only rebuilt but reimagined. You move from surviving to thriving, from existing to living with purpose. And in that process, you discover that the person you are becoming is someone extraordinary. Vision is the cornerstone of any transformation, the starting point from which all meaningful rebuilding begins. It is the ability to see beyond your current circumstances, to imagine a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled. Without vision, efforts to rebuild can feel aimless, like wandering in a fog without a clear destination. Vision gives purpose to the process, guiding each step and inspiring the persistence required to create lasting change. When life breaks us down, it's easy to get trapped in the past, dwelling on what was lost, lamenting missed opportunities, or replaying mistakes. Vision, however, redirects your focus from what was to what could be. It invites you to dream boldly, to picture a future that excites you, and to see yourself not as a victim of circumstances, but as the architect of your own destiny. This shift in perspective is transformative. It changes the question from "why did this happen to me" to "what can I create from here?" A powerful vision starts with self-reflection. To rebuild yourself, you must first ask, what kind of life do I want to live? Who do I want to become? These are profound questions that require honesty and imagination. Your vision doesn't have to be grand or elaborate, it just has to resonate deeply with you. For some, it might mean becoming healthier and more confident. For others, it could be about finding purpose in work, strengthening relationships, or cultivating inner peace. Whatever it is, your vision should feel like a promise you are making to yourself, a commitment to create a better version of your life. Vision is not merely about setting goals, it's about creating a vivid picture of your desired future. Goals are the milestones along the way, but vision is the emotional and spiritual anchor that keeps you motivated. It is the image of what you're striving for when challenges arise and progress feels slow. A compelling vision is one that you can see, feel, and almost touch in your mind. It engages your senses and stirs your emotions. But crafting a vision isn't just about dreaming, it's about aligning your vision with your values. True fulfillment comes when the life you're building reflects what matters most to you. Take time to identify your core values, those principles and beliefs that guide your decisions and give meaning to your actions. When your vision aligns with your values, it becomes more than just a desire, it becomes a mission. A clear vision also requires specificity. Vague aspirations like "I want to be happy" or "I want to be successful" are not enough to guide you. What does happiness look like to you? How do you define success? The more detailed your vision, the easier it becomes to map out the steps to achieve it. For instance, if your vision is to rebuild your career, envision the exact role you want, the skills you need, and the environment where you'll thrive. If your vision involves personal growth, define what habits, behaviors, or mindsets you need to adopt to embody that growth. One of the most empowering aspects of vision is its ability to inspire action. When you have a clear and compelling vision, it becomes a source of energy and motivation. It pulls you forward, even when the process of rebuilding feels daunting. Your vision reminds you of the why behind your efforts. It keeps you focused on the bigger picture, helping you to persevere through setbacks and maintain faith in the process. However, vision alone is not enough. It must be paired with belief. You must believe in the possibility of your vision, even if it feels far away or out of reach. Doubt will inevitably creep in, questions about whether you're capable, whether it's too late, or whether the effort is worth it. But belief is the bridge between vision and reality. It gives you the confidence to take risks, to embrace uncertainty, and to keep moving forward. Your vision must also evolve as you do. Life is dynamic, and as you grow, your aspirations and priorities may shift. This is not a sign of failure, but of progress. Revisit your vision regularly to ensure it still aligns with who you are and who you want to become. Adjust it as needed, but never lose sight of its importance in guiding your journey. Ultimately, vision is the light that illuminates your path, the promise of a better tomorrow that inspires you to take action today. It is the first step in rebuilding yourself because it defines the destination. Without vision, you risk rebuilding a life that feels hollow or directionless. But with a clear and compelling vision, you can rebuild with intention, purpose, and passion. You can create a life that not only reflects your dreams, but also honors the resilience and strength it took to get there. Consistent action is the engine that drives transformation. It is the bridge between envisioning a better future and living it. While dreams and intentions ignite the spark of change, it is consistent action that sustains the flame, lighting the path to a renewed life. Without action, even the most compelling vision remains an idea, unfulfilled and dormant. Rebuilding yourself is not a one-time decision or a burst of effort. It is a steady, deliberate process that requires showing up day after day, even when progress feels slow or invisible. Taking consistent action begins with recognizing the power of small steps. Often people feel overwhelmed by the enormity of what they want to achieve or the extent of what they need to rebuild. The prospect of transforming your life may seem daunting, especially when you are starting from a place of pain, failure, or loss. But the beauty of consistent action is that it doesn't demand perfection or monumental strides. It asks only for commitment, a willingness to take one step at a time, however small, in the direction of your goals. Each small action builds momentum. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but with each turn it gathers more snow, growing larger and moving faster. The same principle applies to rebuilding yourself. The first steps may feel insignificant, a 5-minute exercise routine, a single chapter read, or a simple act of kindness to yourself. But over time, these small actions compound. They build habits, create new patterns, and shift your mindset. Consistency transforms what once felt impossible into something achievable. One of the greatest challenges in maintaining consistent action is overcoming the pull of instant gratification. In today's fast-paced world, where quick fixes and shortcuts are celebrated, the idea of gradual progress can feel frustrating. But true rebuilding requires patience. It is about laying a strong foundation brick by brick, rather than rushing to erect a fragile structure that cannot withstand life's inevitable storms. Consistent action is a declaration of faith, not in immediate results, but in the process. It says, I trust that my efforts today will lead to something greater tomorrow. To take consistent action, it's essential to create a plan. A vision without a plan is like setting out on a journey without a map. Break your goals into actionable steps and prioritize them. Ask yourself, what can I do today that aligns with my vision? What small, manageable task will bring me closer to the life I want to create? By focusing on what you can control in the present moment, you avoid feeling paralyzed by the enormity of the future. Equally important is the ability to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and even the best laid plans can be disrupted. Consistent action does not mean rigidly sticking to a plan at all costs. It means being flexible and finding ways to keep moving forward, even when circumstances change. If one path is blocked, find another. If a step feels too difficult, break it down further. The key is to keep going, no matter how small the effort. Consistency also requires discipline, and discipline thrives on accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust, a friend, mentor, or coach who can encourage you and hold you to your commitments. Accountability adds an extra layer of motivation, especially on days when self-doubt or fatigue threatens to derail your progress. Additionally, track your efforts. Keeping a journal or a checklist can help you see the progress you've made, reinforcing your belief in the process and inspiring you to continue. One of the most underestimated aspects of consistent action is the way it builds resilience. When you show up for yourself repeatedly, even in the face of challenges, you strengthen your inner resolve. Each time you push through resistance, whether it's fear, procrastination, or external obstacles, you prove to yourself that you are capable. This growing confidence fuels further action, creating a positive feedback loop that propels you forward. However, consistent action is not about striving endlessly without rest. It is about balance. Rebuilding yourself is a marathon, not a sprint, and sustainable progress requires self-care. Rest when you need to, but don't let rest turn into avoidance. Acknowledge your efforts, celebrate your wins, and remind yourself that every step, no matter how small, is a step closer to the life you're creating. At its core, consistent action is an act of self-respect. It is a way of telling yourself, I am worth the effort. I am worth the time and energy it takes to rebuild. It honors your commitment to growth and reflects your belief into growth and reflects your belief in your potential. Through consistent action, you transform not only your circumstances, but also your identity. You become someone who follows through, who perseveres, and who takes control of their life. In the end, it is not the grand gestures, but the quiet, steady rhythm of daily effort that rebuilds a life. Each action, however small, is a declaration of your intent to move forward. Over time, these actions weave together to create a future that is stronger, brighter, and more aligned with the person you are becoming. That is the power of consistent action, the power to transform your life one step at a time. Supportive relationships are the lifeblood of personal transformation and the cornerstone of rebuilding oneself. While personal effort and self-determination are crucial, no journey of growth is meant to be walked alone. The people around you, the ones who uplift, encourage, and challenge you, play a pivotal role in shaping your ability to rebuild and thrive. When life feels heavy and the road ahead seems uncertain, supportive relationships become a source of strength, clarity, and inspiration, reminding you of your worth and potential. At its core, a supportive relationship is one that provides both emotional and practical sustenance. These relationships are characterized by mutual respect, trust, and a genuine investment in each other's well-being. They are not defined by perfection, but by intention, the intention to be there for one another, especially in times of struggle. In moments when you feel like giving up, supportive people remind you of your resilience. They see the greatness within you even when you can't see it yourself. Rebuilding yourself often requires a shift in perspective, and supportive relationships can be the mirror that reflects what you need to see. Trusted friends, family members, or mentors provide an outside perspective that can help you identify blind spots or limiting beliefs. They can offer constructive feedback and challenge you to grow in ways you might not have considered. This feedback is not always easy to hear, but when it comes from a place of care, it becomes a catalyst for growth. One of the most powerful aspects of supportive relationships is their ability to provide encouragement during difficult times. Life's challenges can often leave you feeling isolated or inadequate, but having people who genuinely believe in you, then you can reignite your sense of purpose. They remind you that you are not defined by your setbacks and that your value as a person remains intact, regardless of your circumstances. This encouragement is not about sugarcoating reality, but about helping you find the strength to face it. Supportive relationships also create a safe space for vulnerability. Rebuilding yourself requires honesty not only with yourself, but also with others. It means admitting when you need help, expressing your fears, and sharing your struggles. In a supportive relationship, vulnerability is met with compassion, not judgment. This openness strengthens the bond between you and your supporters, fostering deeper connections that sustain you through the rebuilding process. However, cultivating supportive relationships is not just about receiving, it's also about giving. Relationships thrive on reciprocity. When you show up for others, listening to their concerns, celebrating their successes, and offering your support, you strengthen the foundation of mutual trust and care. This reciprocity creates a positive cycle of support where both parties feel valued and empowered to grow together. Not all relationships are inherently supportive, and part of rebuilding yourself involves discerning which connections serve your growth and which do not. Toxic relationships, those marked by manipulation, negativity, or a lack of respect, can hinder your progress. They drain your energy, reinforce self-doubt, and keep you tethered to unhealthy patterns. While they can be difficult, stepping away from relationships that no longer serve you is an act of self-care. It creates space for healthier, more supportive connections to enter your life. Building supportive relationships also means seeking out individuals who align with your values and aspirations. Surrounding yourself with people who share your vision for growth or who inspire you to aim higher can elevate your own efforts. This might mean finding mentors who have walked a similar path, joining communities that align with your goals, or simply spending more time with people who radiate positivity and encouragement. The energy and mindset of those around you are contagious, so choose wisely. In the digital age, supportive relationships can extend beyond face-to-face interactions. Online communities, support groups, or even virtual friendships can provide a sense of belonging and encouragement. While these connections may lack the intimacy of in-person relationships, they can still offer valuable insights, resources, and emotional support. The key is to engage with people who genuinely want to see you succeed and who add value to your journey. It's also important to recognize that supportive relationships don't always come from expected sources. Sometimes the most meaningful support comes from unlikely places: a colleague who becomes a confidant, a stranger who offers kindness, or a casual acquaintance who shares wisdom that resonates deeply. Stay open to the possibility of forming new connections, even as you nurture existing ones. Ultimately, supportive relationships remind you that you are not alone. They are the hands that help lift you when you fall, the voices that cheer you on, and the anchors that keep you grounded during turbulent times. They amplify your strength and help you see the potential within yourself. Rebuilding yourself is not an isolated endeavor. It is a shared journey enriched by the presence of those who walk alongside you. As you move forward, cherish the relationships that empower you and invest in building connections that align with your growth. Through the support and love of others, you gain the courage to rebuild, the clarity to navigate challenges, and the joy of knowing that your journey matters not just to you, but to those who believe in your transformation. Resilience is one of the most powerful traits a person can possess when embarking on the journey of rebuilding themselves. It is the ability to withstand, recover, and grow from adversity rather than being broken by it. Life, as we all know, is unpredictable and often throws challenges our way, sometimes leaving us feeling as though we cannot go on. However, resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but about how we respond to it. It is the internal strength to keep moving forward even when the road seems long and the weight of the world feels unbearable. At its core, resilience is the capacity to recover from setbacks. In the process of rebuilding yourself, there will undoubtedly be moments when things do not go according to plan, when obstacles feel insurmountable, or when failure seems inevitable. But it is in these moments that resilience plays its most crucial role. Resilient individuals don't see setbacks as the end of the road, they see them as opportunities for growth. Failure is reframed not as a permanent defeat, but as a lesson, a stepping stone towards something greater. Building resilience begins with perspective. How you view your challenges will determine how you navigate them. When life gets tough, the natural instinct may be to focus on what's wrong, on the pain, the struggle, or the frustration. But resilience involves shifting your focus to what you can control. It's about recognizing that while you can't change every situation, you have the power to choose how you respond. This mindset allows you to see difficulties not as burdens but as challenges that you have the strength to overcome. Resilience is also about acceptance. Often people resist the pain or discomfort that comes with difficult circumstances, wishing things were different or trying to avoid facing the hard truths. But true resilience comes from acknowledging where you are without denial. Accepting that life has brought you to a place of hardship doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging reality so that you can take proactive steps toward healing and growth. Acceptance creates the mental and emotional space needed to take the first step in rebuilding. One of the most important aspects of resilience is emotional regulation. Life's challenges can stir up intense emotions, fear, sadness, anger, and frustration that can cloud judgment and make it difficult to think clearly. Resilience is not about suppressing these emotions, but about learning how to navigate them without letting them dictate your actions. When faced with adversity, resilient people take a moment to process their feelings, understand what they're experiencing, and find healthy ways to cope. This allows them to move forward with clarity and purpose rather than being consumed by their emotions. Resilience is also about perseverance. Rebuilding yourself is not a linear process. There will be setbacks, detours, and days when progress feels slow. But the resilient person doesn't give up. Instead, they maintain a steady pace, even when the progress seems invisible. It's about showing up, even when you feel like you're not making a difference, because you trust that your consistent effort will eventually lead to transformation. This perseverance is rooted in faith in the belief that change is possible and that each small step counts. Building resilience requires a willingness to face discomfort. Growth does not happen in comfort zones, and it is often through pushing through difficult circumstances that we develop the strength to rebuild. The discomfort of change, whether emotional, physical, or psychological, can feel overwhelming at times, but it is in these moments of challenge that you are building the muscle of resilience. Just like lifting weights strengthens the body facing adversity and pushing through it strengthens the spirit. An important aspect of resilience is the ability to find meaning in hardship. Resilient individuals often find purpose even in the most difficult situations. This could be learning a valuable life lesson, discovering new strengths, or finding ways to help others who are going through similar struggles. Finding meaning in hardship creates a sense of empowerment. It transforms a painful experience into something that serves a higher purpose. It is this meaning that fuels the resilience to keep going. Another key component of resilience is adaptability. Life rarely goes exactly as planned, and things often turn out differently than expected. Resilient people are able to adapt to changing circumstances without losing sight of their goals. They remain flexible and open to new possibilities, adjusting their approach as needed. This adaptability allows them to pivot when necessary and find alternative routes to their desired destination. Resilience also involves self-compassion. It is easy to be hard on yourself when things aren't going well. We often hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, believing that we should always have everything together. But resilient people understand that it's okay to have bad days, to feel weak, or to struggle. They treat themselves with the same kindness they would offer a friend in need. Self-compassion fosters emotional resilience, allowing you to recover more quickly and to continue your journey with renewed strength. Finally, resilience is about connection. While rebuilding yourself is a personal journey, you don't have to do it alone. Support from others, whether through friendships, family, or community, can provide the encouragement and perspective needed to stay resilient. Resilience is not about never falling, it's about having the strength to rise each time you do. And sometimes the support of others is what helps you find that strength. In the end, resilience is the backbone of the rebuilding process. It is what keeps you moving forward when life pushes you back, what fuels your perseverance when progress seems slow, and what gives you the courage to keep going even when the path seems uncertain. With resilience, setbacks become stepping stones, challenges become opportunities for growth, and hardships become the foundation upon which a stronger, wiser version of yourself is built. Resilience is not a trait reserved for a few, it is a quality that anyone can cultivate. Through practice, mindset shifts, and a commitment to growth, you can rebuild yourself and emerge more resilient than ever before. Purposeful transformation is the process of consciously and intentionally changing your life with a clear and focused direction. It is not about simply making random or superficial changes, but about committing to a deeper, meaningful shift in your thoughts, behaviors, and actions. This transformation is guided by a strong sense of purpose and understanding of who you want to become and why you want to become that person. Without purpose, transformation can feel aimless, leaving you without direction or fulfillment. But when driven by purpose, every action, every change becomes part of a bigger picture, one that moves you toward a life of alignment and meaning. At the heart of purposeful transformation is the understanding that change must be deliberate. It requires deep self-reflection and an awareness of your desires, strengths, weaknesses, and values. Without this awareness, it's easy to be swept along by external influences, following paths that are not true to who you are or what you want. Purposeful transformation requires you to define your values and commit to a life that reflects those values. It's not about chasing someone else's definition of success or happiness, but about creating a life that feels authentic and fulfilling for you. The first step in purposeful transformation is identifying your purpose. This doesn't necessarily mean knowing every single detail of your future, but understanding the general direction you want to go. What do you want to accomplish in life? What legacy do you want to leave behind? What drives you, excites you, or gives you a sense of fulfillment? Your purpose is the North Star that guides you through challenges, helps you stay focused when distractions arise, and keeps you motivated even in difficult times. It is your reason for changing, for rebuilding, and for striving toward a better version of yourself. Once your purpose is clear, transformation becomes a conscious decision. Purposeful transformation is not something that happens by accident or as a result of mere circumstance. It requires taking responsibility for your life and making intentional choices. Every change you make should align with your overarching purpose. This means that you must take consistent, purposeful actions that move you closer to your vision of who you want to be. These actions may involve stepping out of your comfort zone, challenging old beliefs, or confronting difficult truths. But each action will bring you one step closer to the transformation you seek. Another key aspect of purposeful transformation is consistency. Transforming your life doesn't happen overnight. And it isn't achieved by making a few big changes and expecting instant results. Purposeful transformation is the result of consistent, deliberate effort over time. It is about showing up every day, even when progress feels slow or the results are not immediately visible. Whether it's taking small steps toward a new goal, developing new habits, or making healthier choices, consistency creates momentum and fosters long-term success. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward the life you are purposefully creating. A purposeful transformation also requires you to embrace discomfort. Change is rarely easy, and it often involves periods of uncertainty, fear, and resistance. But these moments of discomfort are necessary for growth. In order to transform, you must be willing to step into the unknown, to challenge your old ways of thinking, and to face the fears or doubts that arise. Purposeful transformation asks you to take risks and to trust that you are capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. It's about having the courage to leave behind what is familiar, even if it's comfortable, in order to create something better. Purposeful transformation is also about aligning your actions with your inner beliefs. Often people want to change but struggle because their actions don't match their intentions. For true transformation to occur, your behaviors, thoughts, and emotions must be in harmony with your purpose. This means you must be mindful of the choices you make daily. Every choice, no matter how small, either brings you closer to or further away from your purpose. If your goal is to become healthier, for example, but your daily actions are rooted in old habits or temptations, you will find yourself stuck. True transformation requires that you align your choices with your purpose and consistently act in ways that support your vision. Another important element of purposeful transformation is self-discipline. This trait is essential for staying committed to your transformation, especially when things become difficult or discouraging. Self-discipline is the ability to stay focused on your goals despite distractions, setbacks, or moments of doubt. It's about taking control of your actions and making choices that are in alignment with your long-term vision, even when short-term temptations or challenges arise. Self-discipline enables you to stay on course and maintain the consistency necessary for sustained transformation. Purposeful transformation also requires flexibility. While having a clear sense of purpose is essential, it's important to remain open to change and adapt when necessary. The path to transformation is rarely linear. There may be unexpected twists, detours, or obstacles along the way. Flexibility allows you to adapt to these changes without losing sight of your purpose. It's about being willing to revise your plans or adjust your approach when things don't go as expected, but always keeping your purpose at the forefront of your decisions. One of the most rewarding aspects of purposeful transformation is the growth that comes with it. As you intentionally move toward becoming the person you want to be, you not only achieve your goals, but also discover new strengths, capabilities, and aspects of yourself that you may not have known existed. Every challenge you overcome, every step you take, adds depth to your character and clarity to your purpose. Transformation is not just about external changes, it's about becoming a stronger, more aligned version of yourself on the inside. Ultimately, purposeful transformation is the process of consciously deciding who you want to become and taking intentional steps to create that reality. It is not about waiting for change to happen to you, but about actively creating the change you want to see. With purpose, clarity, consistency, and the willingness to embrace discomfort, you can transform your life in meaningful and lasting ways. Purposeful transformation is not just about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. Through this journey, you build a life that is true to yourself, filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment.